Okay, today we continue with our class Shabbos Kitchen. Today's class number 19. And we start with Sefer Chaim. And today's topic is ambiguity. Okay, a statement which can be interpreted by the listener to mean that one party acted and spoke against another is rehilus, even though this would not speak an interpretation of that which is recounted. So basically, the person says a statement, but it could be understood as positive as a negative. So does not matter what he meant. He could have meant to say the compliment but for another person understood it like totally different. I give you this example. So I have with some people. They ask me a question, they tell me some story, they give me details, then ask the questions. So I said, based on this, what you said, this and this and this, so it's going to be an answer. And then the person comes like, he said, I never said that. I'm dumbfounded. I listen again. Maybe I made a mistake. I said, no, just listen to happen. On a second minute, 23 seconds, that's what you said. So you understand? So sometimes people meant to say one thing, but it could be something else. So if it could be understood as ambiguous statements, don't say them, unless you know that person would understand you correctly, right? So maybe he's very close to you and he knows the subject as well as you. Such information may be related only on even if the speaker makes it clear that no harm was intended, and the listener is not known to be one who is likely to draw on his own negative conclusion. Okay, so okay, so that's exactly what we said. Unless you know this person very well, and he's not known to draw the negative conclusion. I don't know too many people who don't draw negative conclusions. Yeah, I mean, based on what you said, that's what I drew conclusion based on your explanation. Second one. Okay, so continue. So we continue our topic, kneading, and of course we didn't finish because it's a huge topic, of course. So we started in section 7. And topic is cases of necessity. In case of necessity, one may prepare a thick mixture. So we said that thick mixture is would be biblically forbidden. Right? Thick mixture with a liquid binder on Shabbos. Okay. Cases of necessity include. 1 second. What do they include? A. If the quality of food will be compromised if prepared prior to Shabbos. Okay, so we'll see. B, if the food is needed for the young child or ill person. If possible, one should prepare it before Shabbos. See below, page 212. Okay, we're going to get to it. Regarding specific foods that may never be prepared on Shabbos. Okay, so as we understand, sick people exception. Okay, and see if one will be distressed by not being permitted to prepare this mixture. For example, it is a staple food item. He has guests, and this dish is expected to be served. Okay, that's not healthy environment when a person is care more about his guests and his kavod than Shabbos laws. Okay. But that's what it says, so let me read it one more time. So it's C. If one will be distressed by not being permitted to prepare the mixture, for example, it is staple food item. I'm not sure what do they mean. Maybe they're going to give us example. Staple food item that you need to mix. I don't know, maybe there are only a few dishes, I would say. Or he has a guest, and the dish is expected to be served. Okay. In these cases, one should preferably reverse the order of pouring and must steer the irregular manner, crisscross crease front back like this, right? Manner or barehanded, as we said last time, but not with a knife or with a handle of utensils, right? So acceptable, and initially we said acceptable ways of mixing. If it's more watery mixture, so we said even with a knife, with the handle of the knife, with the handle of the spoon, because nobody mixes like that, criss-cross fashion, right? Or we said with a bare hand. Usually people don't do that. So, but here, since it's a thick mixture, so of course it's we treat it most stringently, and we say only with criss-cross strokes or with a bare hand. It should be noted that even in cases of necessity, preparing the thick mixture is permitted only. Preparing a thick mixture is permitted only if loose mixture will not suffice. So okay, so it's like an exception. We're going to look further. Okay, so for loose mixtures, we say just change the order of adding ingredients, right? As a step one, as step two, we mixed in unusual fashion. But here we're talking about thick mixture, so it could be biblically forbidden. So we said we have to be much more stringent. Continue. Mixture forbidden even in cases of necessity. One time of thick mixture may never be prepared on Shabbos, even in the case of necessity. Some solids are absorbent, porous, that when combined with liquid, they emerge into one body immediately, and do not need to be stirred at all. All poskim agree that such a food may never be made into thick mixture on Shabbos, even when using Shinui. So okay, so basically, okay, I hope you're going to give us some examples of these foods. So okay, before they give us examples, so let's try to understand. So what is always forbidden, even in case it's necessity? If it's so porous, so it's going to absorb while you pour in liquid on it, right? It's going to absorb liquid right away. so much that you don't even need to mix it. I'm thinking of it. I don't have any examples. What kind of food is it? I don't know. Even instant like oatmeal, still you need to mix it. I mean, maybe not necessarily. You can leave it like that, I guess. But usually people mix it. Okay, continue. Falling into this category are some baby cereals. Okay, here we go. Baby cereals, as well as some adult cereals. Oh, here we go. As for example, instant oatmeal. So I mean, it would be better if to mix it, but technically, as I understand this instant oatmeal, you're not obligated to mix. You can like just pour water and like cover it, right? Leave it for a few minutes and start eating as it is. Here's another example, as well as instant potatoes. So one more time, these examples: baby cereal, adult cereals, for example, instant oatmeal. As well instant potatoes. Okay, these bond together to form mass as soon as they are combined with liquid. That's it. Perfect examples. They may be prepared only as a loose mixture on Shabbos by mixing them with a large amount of liquid at once. So we cannot do it little by little, as we learned before. We put all of the liquid right away at one shot. Even then, one must reverse the order in which they are added together, and preferably employ Shinui in stirring the ingredients. So, for example, instant potato, first you put potatoes and then you put water. So in this case, you just reverse the the order. So first you pour water, then add this instant potatoes, and of course, second step, do the Shinui. Shinui is an unusual manner of doing things. Summary. In case of necessity, one may rely on Shinui in order of combining ingredients to prepare a thick mixture with a liquid binder. However, thick mixture that binds spontaneously without stirring may never be made, even in cases of necessity. Okay. So, 1 second. So going back, so we said for a child, for an ill person, and the first one was very interesting. If for some reason they cannot prepare this mixture before Shabbos because it's going to compromise the quality. Okay, we're going to see. No problem. So continue. Section number 8. Improving upon the existing mixture. The Melachah of Kneading is not limited to making the new mixture, but also applies to improving upon existing mixture in the following manner. A. Adding solids to a mixture. Adding solids to existing mixture is considered kneading, since one works the added particles into the rest of the mixture. We will now elaborate on this Halachos. So, for example, I mean, as we just explained about this instant potatoes. Okay, you have instant potatoes, and you put a lot of water. Okay, it's very, very watery, like soupy, right? Let's say. Right, and now, if you start adding more instant potatoes, so what exactly did you achieve? You did exactly the thick mixture. That's the issue. Okay. So, case number 1, thickening a loose mixture. If the original mixture is of loose consistency, one must reverse the order in which the ingredients are added together and change the manner of stirring. So one more time, if the original mixture of loose consistency, one must reverse the order in which the ingredients are added together to change the manner of stirring and change the manner of stirring. For example, to thicken the consistency of the bowl of loose baby cereal, one may not add cereal to the bowl as always, but must reverse the order by putting the dry cereal in a bowl and pouring the original mixture into it. The cereal should be then preferably stirred with a valid Shinui. Okay, so let's try it on this side. So now, in cases when it is permitted, as we said, for young children, for elderly people, for sick people, right? So for them, we are allowed to prepare the thick mixtures. So even though we are allowed, we still have to do it with a Shinuim, with not regular manner of doing things, right? As they say, it's a baby cereal. First, you put if you add sometimes, right? You add too much water to the mixture, right? So what do? You add some this solid material, solid food, whatever you're using, and that's it. It became the good consistency. Now you say do it opposite. So you put whatever you think. Maybe you add a few more spoons of this baby cereal, and then you pour the whole mixture, whatever you had before, into that few spoons, and then you try to mix it in unusual manner. Okay. So and the end result, as we understand, is going to be thick mixture, but I'm not sure that the babies are going to eat such a thick mixture. So it's more thicker than before. Let's put it this way. Babies don't eat this thick mixture. Okay. So continue. It should be noted that the thickening an existing mixture is permitted only if the resulting product is still considered a loose mixture. Mm-hmm. However, if it develops into the thick mixture, it is permitted only in cases of necessity, as stated above. Okay. So first case they say only if the resulting product is going to be a loose mixture. So meaning what? They put too much water. So you allowed to add thickening material or whatever food it was, to make it more thicker, but still it must be like a loose mixture. So loose mixture, we said that you can pour from one container into another, and it would flow. Maybe not that fast, but it would flow. That's loose mixture, right? And this thick mixture, as we said, of course, only in case of necessity. So far, so good. Okay, so scenario number 2: adding salads to a thick mixture. So now I'm very interested. So you already have a thick mixture to begin with, and now you want to add salads. Okay, let's see. When adding salads to a thick mixture, it is not necessary to reverse the order in which the ingredients are added to the bowl. Okay, since the binding agent used to blend the new particle is the original thick mixture, which is not a liquid. The new solids added do not bound until the mixture is stirred. As explained above, this is equivalent to using the convoluted substances such as mayonnaise and as a binding agent. Okay, so let's finish reading and we explain. One must, however, employ one of the recommended Shinui when stirring the new ingredients into original mixture. There is a stirring a crisscross forward-backward manner or a barehanded. To illustrate, the vegetable bits may be added to a completed egg salad. Okay. However, they must be stirred into the salad with the crisscross strokes, slowly with a bare hand, or with a forward-backwards manner. Okay, but not with the handle of the utensil. So we have the egg salad, let's say, right, ready to eat, and now they want to add onions to this egg salad. So the egg salad was a thick mixture to begin with, and now they want to add onions. So they say, so thick mixture is not liquid, right? So we said, what is the definition of kneading? You add liquid with some solids particles, right? In this case, there is no liquid, so you add solid to solid. Say there is no like reverse order, right? There is doesn't matter. You add onions to egg salad or egg salad to onions. There is no binding agent, right? So they say it doesn't matter what you add to what, but second step still you need to do with Shinui, meaning how you mix it. Okay. With bare hand or crisscross. Okay. Continue. B. Adding liquids to a mixture. The Melachah of Kneading has been defined as binding together loose particles to form one mass. Okay. Thus causing the complete mixture to be looser and more liquidy is the opposite of kneading and is permitted. Thus one may add liquid to a mixture and stir it in a normal manner. However, the mixing should not be done vigorously. I'm not sure what somebody would do vigorously. Okay, so before we continue, so let's try to understand. So they say when you want to water down the mixture, there is no problem. There is no problem, which is good. Why? Because it's opposite of definition. Definition, we said it was separate these dry particles. It was some liquid binder. You add together, and the end result is our dough, right? That was the original Melacha, making dough. But when you add more liquid, more water or any liquid, whatever you add, so it's opposite to a definition of our Melacha. Okay, which is good. So it is permitted. Okay, and it is permitted to add it, and you can mix it in normal manner. So let's see, this last sentence is very interesting. It says, however, the mixing should not be done vigorously. So let's see why. However, this holds true only if the original mixture had already been completely kneaded. If some of the particles had not been properly mixed, adding liquid will cause this particle to blend with the mixture. This would qualify as an act of kneading, which would be permitted only with a proper Shinui and as enumerated above. To illustrate, one may add milk to a bowl of thick cereal. Okay. However, if some dry cereal has not yet blended with the rest, one must employ Shinui in pouring and stirring. If the cereal is a thick mixture and will remain thick even with added liquid, one may not mix the loose particle except in a case of necessity. Okay, so it's a lot of information. So let's try to read this part again, and we're going to explain. So one more time. However, this holds true only if the original mixture had already been completely kneaded. So, meaning what? That sometimes when you make a dough, like if you don't have like a mixer to mix a dough for you, sometimes people have a bread machine, which makes dough. So if you try to do it with hand, unless you're professional, and so guess what? There is going to be some pockets, right, in this dough, some pockets of flour that you did not need. Especially with some people that try to do the big batch with a big batch of dough, like with bare hands. It's not so easy. It's not so easy, right? So for sure, it's going to be some, and I saw it a few times in my life, right? There's some like pockets of the flour. But if you do it with machine, usually, I have never seen it, right? So basically, it is thick mixture, whatever is it, and it has some dry particles that never were mixed in. Maybe they did that finish mixing, maybe for whatever reason. If some of the particle had not been properly mixed, adding liquid will cause this particle to blend in the mixture. So now you're doing exactly, so you're doing mixture, you did kneading, let's say we call it kneading in double quotes, in a small part, this little few drops of, of the flour, that's what you mix. Now with liquid. That's is going to be the whole melacha. Not the whole dough, but this few pieces of flour, right? Adding liquid will cause these particles to blend with the mixture. That's, as we understand, is the issue. So if it's completely mixed, adding water, as we said, there is no problem whatsoever. The problem if it's not completely mixed. This would qualify as an act of kneading. It's 100%, which would be permitted only with a proper Shinui enumerated above. To illustrate, one may add milk to a bowl of thick cereal. However, if some of the cereal has not been not yet blended with the rest, one must employ Shinui in pouring and stirring. Okay, so basically it's a I give this example. So if you ever ate this instant oatmeal, right? So the oatmeal on the bottom is always ready, always like good and everything. But the one on the top is always not so ready as much as on the bottom, right? So that's why I said that usually people stir it, and when you stir it together, so it becomes perfect mixture. I guess it's not obligated, you can eat it like that, but it's better if you stir it around. So that's exactly what is going on here. Some, as I say, some cereal is not completely blended. Let's say this on the top, or with the rest. One may employ Shinui in pouring and stirring. Right, so pouring and stirring, so basically you do opposite. Right, so you pour water, and into this water you add or milk, whatever you use, and into this milk you add this oatmeal. If cereal is a thick mixture and will remain thick even with the added liquid, one may not mix the loosened particles except in the cases of necessity. Okay, as we said before, because it would be like he's creating a thick mixture. Okay, C. Combining two mixtures. It is permitted to combine and knead it together and knead together two fully mixed substances of the same consistency. There is both thick or both loose. Okay, so two mixtures you can combine together. Since all of the particles of each have already been fully blended, combining the two mixture is not act of kneading. So I mean, okay. So I'm not sure what would be the example, but maybe I guess maybe two people were doing, let's say, this egg salad. Let's put it this egg salad, and they were doing separately to make it faster. So one person, another person, so they mixed everything good, and now they wanted to add two of this mixture together. There is no problem. Okay, this is known as once substance was fully kneaded, there is no prohibition of further kneading the item. So basically, what exactly are you doing? You're not doing much, right? So if it's completely kneaded, there is no more liquid, no more solids that are unmixed. So you can continue knead more. I don't know, maybe it's like to make a fresher on the top, right? So if you have to take from the bottom, put it on top, maybe this is the idea. Okay. So number one, thick puts thick plus six, thick plus thick, loose plus loose. Okay. So let's see. For example, one may mix completed egg salad with a tuna salad. Or with a chopped liver, both thick, or blend applesauce with another fruit puree, both loose, without any Shinui. Okay, that's a good example. So thick with thick, so I mean nothing changing, or loose with loose. Okay. Number two, thick plus loose. That could be a problem, right? Thick plus loose. So loose is in some cases, the way I understand, would be like a liquid binder. That's the issue. So let's see. Number two, thick plus loose. However, if one mixture is thick and the other is loose, combining the two mixture is considered as an act of kneading because the particles of the loose mixture becomes more tightly bound. Okay. So one more time. However, if one mixture is thick and other is loose, combining the two mixture is considered act of kneading because the particles of the loose mixture becomes more tightly bound, right? As we said before. So it doesn't matter. You add more same ingredients, the dry ingredients, solid ingredients, or you add some other mixture that is thick. So the end result would be that loosened mixture is going to be thicker. Therefore, it is not always permitted to combine the two. One is permitted to do so with a proper Shinuim, if the combination will be a result of loose mixture. So that's very good point. Meaning, if it's much more loose mixture than solid mixture, so if result would be solid. Like more loose mixture, so there is no problem. However, if the final product will be thick mixture, one may combine them only in the case of necessity, and by employing a Shinui for each step of the process, as we explained. So all of this case of necessity, it's the main food. Friday night, I'm not sure what could be the main food. The main food is bread. I'm not sure what kind of mixture would be the main food, and why exactly guests would expect this main food. Not sure. Okay. Summary. Improvement upon existing mixture can also fall under the category of kneading. Right, as we say, improving. Adding solids to a completed mixture is considered kneading. Right? What is it? I mean, that's what we do. We had, for example, we're making dough. So, and sometimes, so people who don't, they don't use like measuring cups, right? They do like every time like random mixture. They would never know how much water to add and how much flour to add. So everything is random. So sometimes it would be the dough would be too thick, and they would be and they would need to add some water. Right? That's the thing. Okay. So basically, when you and in this case, or if you add too much water, so you add too much water, that dilutes mixture. So now what you do to fix the condition, you add a little more flour. That's it. So to make it more thick. So that's exactly kneading. That's a process of kneading. Okay, so that's why it is forbidden. Loose mixture may be thickened only in the case of necessity by employing Shinui on each step of the process. As we said, you do opposite. You whatever usual way of the doing things. So if you put solid first or liquid first, so you do opposite. And of course, mixing with the Shinui. If the mixture will remain loose, even with the added solid, it may be thickened with a proper Shinui in all circumstances. So I mean, because we go by end result. So if it's still loose, no problem. Solids may always be added to a thick mixture, but it must be stirred with a Shinui. So one more time. Solids may always be added to a thick mixture, but it must be stirred with a Shinui. Okay. Liquids may be added to any mixture without Shinui, right? Because why? Because we're doing exactly opposite. We're doing loose mixture, making loose mixture, but only if the particles have already been fully blended, as we said before. That's the thing. Because if it's not fully blended, it's like you're blending them now. If not, the proper Shinui must be used. Proper Shinui must be used. If the final product will remain a thick mixture, this is permitted only in case of necessity. So one more time, if the final product will remain a thick mixture, final product, this is permitted only in case of some necessity. Okay. The two loose mixtures or two thick mixtures may be combined without any Shinui, right? As we said, because the end result is going to be still thick mixture, which is nothing changed, or end result would be two loose mixture, nothing changed. Combining a loose mixture with a thick mixture requires Shinui. Okay. If the combination will be a thick mixture, it is permitted only in cases of necessity. But as we said, most of the time, all of these cases are not real necessity, unless you're doing for sick people, children, elderly. So and people elderly people, they cannot eat all of this like hard stuff. They need some cereal. But when they need cereal, also it's not the thick mixture. I mean, if they cannot eat solids, so this is also a problem. And same with children. They don't eat such a thick mixture. Okay, so let's see. Continue. Section number 9, and it says practical applications. Very nice. That's so this author is amazing with all of these practical applications and explanations. So it says A, egg salad and tuna salad with mayonnaise. Okay. A chopped egg or tuna may be combined with mayonnaise in a usual order. However, it must be mixed with a crisscross strokes, forward-backward manner, or slowly with a bare hand. Mixing with a knife or with a handle of utensil is not permitted. The same holds true when adding egg or tuna, or with a mixing vegetable bits into completed salads. The new pieces may be mixed in a crisscross fashion, forward-backward manner, or with a bare hand. Okay. So technically, right? So we can mix the egg salad and tuna salad, even though it's going to be a thick mixture. First of all, because order of combining things is irrelevant. Why? Because there's no combination. As we were given this, we're discussing this example, or instant potato, you start just pouring water and it's already got absorbed into potatoes, and basically almost no mixing is necessary. Almost, because it says like if you see instructions, after 5 minutes or you have to mix well. So I mean you should mix well, but technically you can eat it as it is, right? So it's started mixing on a contact, but here's a different story. So we said this mayo is not starting to mix. So you put it on top of the tuna salad. It's going to stay like this until tomorrow, right? So that's why they say you can change. You're not obligated to change the order, but mixing with crisscross strokes or forward backwards, whatever you do, right? And or with bare hands. So it's considered mayo, mayo with salads, with tuna, let's say, and or you want to add vegetable bits. So these vegetable bits actually, in some sense, if they absorb some mayo into themselves, so they would make the mixture a little thicker, right? But they say you can do it anyway. In the case of meat, continue. Egg salad with oil. So the oil is a liquid. An egg salad with oil, in which oil is used as a binder, should preferably be prepared before Shabbos. At the very least, the ingredients should be combined before Shabbos, even if not mixed. So that's at least you did half of the job, right, before Shabbos. As mentioned, one may also combine the ingredients if they are large, by placing the large chunks into the liquid and crushing them by using the knife or the handle or the fork, handle of the fork or a knife. So that's we actually discussed it also. You put some big chunks. I don't remember what exactly we used. Okay, we're going to explain it. Give us example, and you crush them inside of the liquid, basically. So it's also unusual manner. With what? With the back of the spoon or knife or all other things. In case of necessity, one may prepare egg salad with oil on Shabbos. So we said crushing eggs on oil on Shabbos by adding the ingredients in the reverse order, by mixing with a criss-cross strokes, forward, backwards manner, or with one bare hand. In some areas, it is common for people to prepare egg salad on Shabbos, even with only oily mayonnaise, without any Shinui. Although some poskim justify this practice, it is the best to avoid this doing so. So just because there is a expression everybody doing so, it does not mean that they're right. or as this other say, there is some poskim who say that they're allowed, but the majority say better not to do it. Okay. So next one, C. Baby cereal, loose mixture. Baby cereal may be prepared with milk, formula, water, or applesauce to form a loose mixture, as long as a proper Shinuim is employed. The order of combined ingredients must be reversed. There is a pour the milk first, then add the cereal. Okay, as we said. Preferably, the stirring should be done in an irregular manner, crisscross, forward-backward manner, bare-handed, or using knife or a handle of a utensil. One should be sure to use a lot of liquid to avoid forming a thick mixture. If using hot water, I refer to chapter 3. So chapter 3, I guess it was about cooking. So you're not allowed to cook cereal. That's another thing. So the water could not be too hot, or it could be from a third vessel, second vessel. From a second vessel, you pour in a third vessel, it would be fine. Okay. Baby cereal, so loose mixture. So next one, D, example D. Baby cereal, thick mixture. Cereal may be prepared as a thick mixture only in case of necessity. For example, for a baby who does not eat loosely mixed cereal. Okay. When doing so, the order of the adding the ingredients to the bowl must be reversed, and stirring must be done in a crisscross fashion, forward-backward manner, or slowly with bare hand. Mixing with a knife or with a handle of the utensil is forbidden. Just a second, let me drink some more. Sorry. So in the first case, in a case before, we were talking about loose mixture, so you can mix it even though with a Shinui, even with a utensil, with a back of your utensil, with a handle of the utensil. Apologies, with a handle of the utensil, with a knife. But here, thick mixture. So this approach is not accepted. So we do crisscross, forward, backward, or slowly with a bare hand. Next one, highly absorbent cereal. Cereal that so absorbent, porous, that they merge into mass without stirring, may never be made into thick mixture on Shabbos. For example, would be instant oatmeal. Such as cereals must be mixed with a lot of liquid, with a proper Shinui in form a loose mixture. So technically, you can make this oatmeal, but with a lot of water or what is it, milk. Continue. Thickening or loosening a previously mixed cereal. Thickening or loosening, okay. So we actually discussed it, so continue. G, other cereals. The Melachah of Kneading does not apply to the ordinary breakfast cereals. For example, cornflakes, Rice Krispie, Cheerios, which do not bond with milk, when mixed with milk. When crushed, however, these cereals do bond and are subject to prohibition of kneading. Hot brand cereals, oatmeal. Okay, one second. Let's stop here. So these morning cereals, all the flakes and Cheerios and others, whatever people like. So even though we call them cereals, but they are like prepared cereals, right? So meaning they're not going to mix together with milk. Even if you like pour a little milk, so nothing is going to happen. The pieces are not going to stick to each other to make one mass. Okay. Okay, second part of this. Hot brand cereals, oatmeal farina, and similar cereals which bound together, are subject to the Melacha of Kneading. And that's subject of Melacha of Kneading. Of course, because they create the thick mixture. Next one, H, powdered milk. Mixture that are completely fluid are not subject of the Melacha of Kneading. However, some powdered milk powders are also not dissolved freely and prepared in stages. A small quantity of water is further used to form a paste. But that's how people make coffee also, right? The sugar, we add a little water, mix it thoroughly, right? Make a paste. Then you add the rest of the water, milk, whatever you add, and then a nice mixture. But if you try to put all the hot water right away, sometimes there are pieces of coffee. I'm talking about instant coffee, right? So it's better to do it in stages. Same with this powdered milk. It's proper to do it in stages. So you prepare paste, add a little water, and then add a lot of water. This paste may be prepared only in the case of necessity. For example, for a baby, when none other is available, and with the proper Shinui. No. Okay, no, we're going to finish. I thought we're not going to finish. Baby formula. Since baby formula is processed, in a way that the powder dissolves completely, baby formula, in a water, the Melachah of Kneading does not apply. However, here too, one must not prepare a paste and then add the rest of the water, except in case of necessity. See above about powdered. Yeah, I was thinking, what's the difference? Is baby formula or powdered milk? Same in powdered milk. There is no no mixture. It's it's one liquid. Okay. Next one, J, vegetable salad. It is permitted to mix vegetable salad using oil, vinegar, or mayonnaise, as long as the pieces are large enough and they are recognized individually and not perceived as one body. See chapter 10 for grinding, for rules regarding dicing vegetables on Shabbos. So there we said, don't make it these pieces too small. If you make it too small, it's like a grinding. So in this case, like the good example is the tuna salad. When it's not chunks, but like cut into pieces, or this egg salad. Right? So, but if you make it too small, so if it's the big pieces, for example, tuna fish, you take it from the can and you did not break it, right? Or you just break it a little, so there are big pieces there, and you mix it with, I don't know, vegetable oil or olive oil. It's not considered for them kneading because there are separate pieces. Okay, mixing horseradish or ketchup with mayonnaise. Horseradish or ketchup with mayonnaise. Okay. Horseradish or ketchup may be mixed gently with a mayonnaise. I think both of those considered to be liquids. I'm not sure what's the problem. Horseradish is a liquid. You can. I mean, maybe there is some that is not liquid. Okay, next one, L, cottage cheese with cream. It is permitted to blend cottage cheese with cream. Why? Because the result will be like more watery mixture, more loose, not watery, more loose mixture. Next one, M, fruit with cream. It is permitted to mix chunks of fruit with cream as long as they remain clearly defined within the mixture. Okay. Next one, N, instant potatoes. It is forbidden to mix instant potatoes on Shabbos, even by means of Shinui. Right? Why? Because we said as soon as we add the water, it start mixing, and that's it. Instant puddings. Instant pudding may not be made onto a thick mixture on Shabbos, except in case of necessity, such as for a sick person. A loose mixture may be made with a proper Shinui. If preparing pudding with hot water, refer to chapter 3. So basically, we need to see if the ingredients were cooked before. I think they were. So, but still, don't do it in a second vessel, right? Do it in a tertiary vessel, and you're good. Okay, so we have some time. So let me start. Let me see how. No. Okay, so let's start this. So chapter number 12, marinating and salting. Number 1, introduction, Torah law. One of the 29 Avos Melachas on Shabbos is me'abed, right? Tanning. There is preserving animal hides. The Gemara in Shabbos 75b states, the Melachah of tanning is not applicable to food items. Okay, no problem. This means that although the Torah prohibits a person from preserving animal hides on Shabbos, it does not forbid him from preserving food items on Shabbos. One is permitted by Torah law to pickle foods in salt and brine on Shabbos, even though this alters food and preserves it. Technically, right? But there is a different issue that you prepare for a weekday. So if you pickle cucumbers, right? They put them in the brine. They're not going to be ready until the end of the day. So most likely they're going to be ready. Like in a few days. I'm not sure. I think it takes like 2 or 3 days for preparation. Okay, one second. The reason preserving food does not fall into the category of the me'abed, tanning, is that it does not resemble the Melacha performed in the Mishkan. The hides stand in the Mishkan were preserved from decay for many long years. Since the Shabbos prohibition is based on the Mishkan activity, it too includes only those acts of tanning that produce a similarly length period of preservation, namely the tanning of animal hides. Okay. All the salted, the preserved food does last for a long time. Its longevity does not approach that of the tanned hide. Okay. Therefore, it is not included in the biblical Melacha of tanning. So, which is good. So, biblical Melacha of tanning was what is tanning? They would remove this hair from the hides and put it in some kind of brine, some kind of solution, right, to kill off the bacteria, so it would not rot. These hides would not rot, and it would preserve for a long time, right? In our case, okay, you put some salt. I don't know whatever it is, salt in you making pickles, right? Okay, so how long it can stay? Maybe a few months. Okay, maybe in commercial, when they do commercial, maybe a few years, but that's it, 5 years, right? Still a problem. Okay. Rabbinic law. Other than the Melacha of tanning, but biblical law does not apply to food items. The sages forbade marinating and salting certain foods because they resemble tanning. The sages were concerned that people would confuse foods and hides and would assume that if preserving food is permitted, preserving hides is also permitted. In addition, the act of marinating and salting alter the quality of food. These acts are comparable to cooking. The sages were concerned that if marinating and salting were permitted, one may come to cook on Shabbos. So let's try to understand. So, okay, as we said, it's not a biblical mitzvah. There is not a biblical prohibition to salt things on on Shabbos, right? But rabbis came and said, look, if we allow them to do this food, they're going to do it with hides, the original Melacha, as it was done in the Beis Hamikdash. One issue. Another issue, they say it is resembled cooking. How does it resemble cooking? It does not say that, but it's logically, right? If you salt fish, you make herring. That's what they do. They don't cook herring when fish when they salt it. Right? It's raw fish. They put in a brine, and I don't know how long it should stay. 2 days, 3 days, and after some time, like a few days, you can eat it. So basically, this brine, without heat, without anything, just with salt, it cooked the fish. So it was inedible before, and it's edible now. That's the problem. Let's see how much. I don't know. We'll see. Marinating. Number 3, marinating. Due to the aforementioned reasons, it is forbidden to marinate or pickle foods in vinegar or brine and Shabbos. Okay, that's what the sages say. This prohibition applies only to foods whose quality is improved or whose texture is altered through the pickling. For example, raw fish, raw meat, right? You salt raw meat, I don't know, whatever they do, and you can eat it, right? Or raw vegetables. Okay. For example, cucumber, garlic, onions, peppers, and tomatoes. So you put brine, you put into this brine some I don't know, spices. You put garlic, and that's it, some pepper, and you got yourself pickles. So for sure, it changes the taste, right? Texture, for sure. Fish, meat, everything. Part number 4, replacing pickles in a pickle jar. Very interesting. So you took out, let's say, 5 pickles from the jar. Okay, you ate only 3. Let's say you guessed 8 or only 3. So you want to put the remaining two back into the jar. So what is the problem? So it's like you pickle, but there is no problem. One is permitted to put the pickles back into a pickle jar on Shabbos because they have already been pickled. They undergo no change when replacing the brine. As their replacement in a jar is not an act of pickling. So I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, it's been in a jar for some time. Let's say you bought it from a store, and these pickles already absorbed as much liquid or spices as it could. That's it. It cannot absorb any more. So by you put it in a bag, there is nothing is going to change. Part number 5, salting. As mentioned above, salting is also included in rabbinical prohibition. Salting. The sages felt, so pickling with a brine and salting just with the salt. No liquids. The sages felt that salting certain types of food resembles salting hides. Since these foods are altered and improved by the salt. In addition, salting alters the quality of the food and thus resembles cooking. As explained above to avoid confusion, the sages prohibit salting certain foods on Shabbos. Okay, so we're going to see which one. So, of course, if you want to eat a piece of cucumber, you want to put salt, there is no problem. Right? But it's for immediate use, basically. A, foods which salting prohibition apply. Salting prohibition apply. The prohibition applies to foods whose quality is improved or whose texture is altered by salting. This includes raw vegetables, cucumbers, garlic, onions, peppers, tomatoes that become altered by salting. Okay, so let's see. I mean, they would need to say that if for immediate use there is no problem, but let's see. I think they're going to say that. Permissible way of salting. A single piece of food, here we go. A single piece of food may be salted or dip into the salt immediately before it will be eaten. I mean, if you're not prepared for the next day, just for now. It is forbidden, however, to salt more than one piece at a time, even immediately before eating, or to salt even one piece at a time if one is not yet ready to eat it. Okay, so whenever you're ready to eat it, salt it, no problem. So why? Because he said, what's the problem? He cuts this cucumber in two parts, right, right in the middle, and he wants to eat both of them. Where's the problem? Maybe he's not going to get to it, right? Change his mind, and now this second part of cucumber is going to be like salted. That's the issue. So one more time, for immediate use, one piece in a time, no problem. If liquid, for example, oil or salad dressing, is poured over the food before salting, one is permitted to salt even many pieces of food at once. The liquid dilutes the salt and tempers the sharpness. Okay, that's the solution, another solution. Salting with diluted salt does not resemble the acts of tanning and cooking. Right, that's what we do. So if you want to prepare fresh, like garden salad, there is no problem. You can salt it, you can add oil or mayo or dressing, whatever you want on Shabbos. Right, but they say add first, they say first add liquid, whatever you want to do with olive oil. Okay, add olive oil and then add salt. That's the proper way of doing salad. The same applies to if the liquid is added immediately after the food is salted. Okay. However, it is preferable to add liquid before salting. Okay, so the proper way, as we said, first put this, let's say, olive oil and then salt it. But if you forgot, no problem. So if you, right after you salt it, you like put olive oil on top, also no problem. Or dressing, salad dressing. If one wants the salad to slowly absorb the flavor of the dressing, the salad may be prepared even while before it will be served. Right? As we say, it's like a part of the preparation, right before the meal, as we say. So C, foods that are entirely exempt from the prohibition. There are many foods for which salt affects no real change in quality or texture, but to which it merely adds flavor. Salt in these foods does not resemble salt in heights. Therefore, these foods are exempt from the salting prohibition and may be salted in a regular manner. This exemption applies to foods which already been cooked, such as meat, fish, vegetables, beans, or eggs. So the problem, as we understand, only with raw foods. With cooked foods, there is no problem. Salting these foods does not change their texture, and they are salted for flavor only. Okay, so you cooked whatever you cooked, and these vegetables, and now you understand these potatoes, and it's not enough salt. There is no problem. You can add salt right now. Because why? Because it's not for preservation. It is only for a taste, and it's not going to change the texture. Right, in the fish, when you salt fish, yeah, it's going to change the texture, even when you do pickles also. Though this food should not be salted for the usage after Shabbos, that's a different issue, as we said. They may be salted in preparation for upcoming meal. If salting them early will improve the taste, one need not wait right before the meal to salt them. Okay, so if you need to salt it before, there is no problem whatsoever. It's not like a preparation. Okay, we almost finished last part. Number 6, making salt water. It is forbidden to make a salt water mixture. There's a brine on Shabbos. Let's it appear as one prepared to engage in pickling foods, which is prohibited. The prohibition applies not only to the water, but to other liquids as well, such as wine or vinegar. I'm not sure why they would salt wine or vinegar, I'm not sure. However, the prohibition applies only to a mixture that at least 2 parts of salt and 1 part of water. So when I said nobody's doing this, right? It's 2 salt. Or other liquids, excluding oil. See below. Okay. Since this type of mixture is generally used for pickling, well, that's a lot of salt. 2 parts of salt and 1 part of water. Okay. I'm not sure what they mean parts. It's not like what proportion they use. It's not like 2 tablespoons of salt and 1 tablespoon of water. It's not the proportion. So it's 2 to 1 in some measurement. I'm not sure which measurement they're talking about. Prepare. One is permitted, however, to prepare a mixture that are less than 2 parts of salt, provided that he does not make a large quantity. For example, there is a more than he will be used. It will be used on Shabbos. Okay, so as we said, for immediate use, there is no problem, which would indicate that he intends for pickling purposes. So, I mean, when you do too much. Okay. Additionally, if one adds oil to the water before he mixes the salt, or if or to the salt before he mixes, meaning oil, right? It in the water, he is permitted to make the mixture on Shabbos. The oil weakens the power of the salt and renders the mixture unfit for pickling purposes. Therefore, it is permitted. So that's not how we pickle with these oils. So I think it's very practical. I think it was on this year. What was this year? Don't remember. The problem is we prepared this salty mixture before Pesach, right? So when one of the days of Pesach coincides with Shabbos, or when it's this year it was the Motzei Shabbos, right? It was Motzei Shabbos. So technically, so what you cannot do, so you cannot prepare on Shabbos, right? Like, well, of course, we cannot prepare. So what do we do? So we do just what do we do? We do very loose mixture, like a lot of water and a little salt. That's good enough. Okay, so we can stop here. Any questions? Okay, if not, until tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to continue with our Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Thank you very much and good night.